I was thinking today about how much it means to a kid when an adult, specifically their parents, stop and really listen to what they're saying and are, fully engaged in the conversation, and how hard that is to do as a parent. I think today more more than ever because we have phones. We have phones burning a hole in our pocket. We have phones begging for our attention, desperately telling us at all times, you got to check, you got to check texts, you got to check 15 apps. Okay, I'm on like five microblogging sites. Okay, which is just horrible, I'm sure, for my mental health. Nevertheless, I persist, and it's constantly asking for your attention. But so are the kids. Today my daughter came home from school and she was really excited to tell me about what she had learned today. Was something she had learned today was about Ramadan, and about how one of her classmates, uh, ate breakfast before the sun came up and fasted throughout the day when the sun was up. Wouldn't eat again until the sun was down, and she was fascinated by this. And the whole time, my phone is in my pocket, and I'm just getting blown up with texts. Okay, the buzz, buzz, bzz, 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 bzz. And like my full-time job is very busy right now with NFL free agency, and I'm dying inside to check the phone. Just desperately need to do it, okay? Like my brain is on fire to check the phone. And so I was having trouble focusing on what my daughter's saying. And I'm really trying so hard to ignore the buzzing in my pocket and to focus on her. And as I was able to tune out the buzzing and say, okay, like it doesn't matter, I can check that in 60 seconds or 90 seconds or 5 minutes or however long this conversation takes with my kid. And as I paid full attention, and I don't do that all the time. I'm really not trying to pat myself on the back, okay? I fail on that front a lot, way more than I probably would like to admit. But as I paid attention to what she was saying, I could see her, light up in a way that told me that it meant a lot to have my full attention. And tonight, it happened with my son as well. He had seen a YouTube video on how grenades work, which is something that not exactly thrilled about, but he was fascinated, and he told me about the springs and the fuse that's lit and all this stuff, and when it explodes, what it's supposed to do, all this horrifying stuff. And again, I had stuff that I wanted to check on my phone very much. Um, and again, I felt like I was torn between thinking about, looking at my phone and listening to him talk. And it's a horrible feeling. I don't know if you all experience this maybe to the degree that I am as a dad, but I find it tough to deal with. It creates a lot of guilt, and then a lot of resentment because I'm like, well, my dad never had to deal with this shit. I mean, he had a car phone. He was like probably like one of the first people to have a car phone. He used to carry it around in a big bag. Okay, and I think it was like $1 a minute to use in like 1987 or 88. You know, so I remember that, but obviously that's not nearly the same sort of distraction level as we have today. And maybe adults back then in the 80s and 90s were finding different ways to distract themselves and to later feel bad about that. Maybe TV filled that gap or something. I don't know. I doubt it. I tend to doubt it. I do think that this is a unique challenge to millennial and to Zoomer parents and Gen X. We'll throw Gen X in there. I rarely do that for some reason. I guess Gen X too. Anyway, it's something I struggle with listening to, truly, like really listening, really engaging, like showing interest, like physically showing interest, eyes, like eye contact, like nodding, like active, that sort of active listening that you might learn in like a business seminar or something. It's that kind of listening that kids love. And I thought about when I was a kid and I would have the full attention of an adult. It felt great. It was a great feeling. So it's just something to remember.